S.BONNIE. Y'all tune into Live At with your favorite WCW, and I'm Cha-Cha Mystique. And everybody say what's up to my lovely co-host.
JIG, what's up, young world? The world is yours.
Yes, and we have a dope FEMMC artist, Miss S.BONNIE in the building.
I'm here.
Yes, you're here. Now, I always ask this. This is always like my go-to question, just to get a feel of who you are. But what made you fall in love with hip hop?
It's funny because growing up, I grew up in a household listening to hip hop, and as I got older, it was just a natural thing. It wasn't like something forced, or I was like, yeah, I'm a, make music, and it just came naturally, like something you just did. With no thought about it.
No thought about it?
Yeah, growing up, just being in that culture, you just fall in love with it by default.
By default. I could understand that because hip hop speaks so much in my life. It's the soundtrack to my life. It's the way I feel, think, and express myself, how I talk. So, but when did you start writing bars? Was it at the high school lunch table?
Junior high.
Okay.
I would say
junior high school lunch table.
I would say 5th, 6th grade. I don't even remember saying, you know what, I wanna write, I wanna rap. I just did it, like poetry, just writing. And at that time, I didn't even think like, I could do this. I'm gonna do music, and I'm gonna go to the studio. Nah, I did it for my own amusement. It was just something I like to do. It was like dancing for a block party. It wasn't something like, oh, I'm gonna grow up and be a dancer. You just danced for that block party, and you kept it moving. You was good at what you did, and that's something that I did.
And that's dope. So, but what made you want to take it seriously? Like, you went from writing poetry and lyrics in junior high school. What made you want to be S.BONNIE, the rapper?
I think getting with a few family members and showing them some of my craft and my art, and they were like, you should take this serious. You should really do it. That push. So it was a few people in my life, my stepbrother, a few friends of mine that was like, yo, you playing? Why you playing? You should be doing this and doing that. And I'm like, well, I never thought to do it that way. I was doing it for myself. But I would say it was a few people who did it, and then I would here and there go to a studio, and I think I really went hard when I moved to North Carolina.
So what changed in North Carolina?
A friend of mine, she was like, yo, I know this group, their name was Street Poets. You should come, you should meet them, and, go to the studio. I did that, and that was it. I was in North Carolina. I was hitting stages. We was moving around, doing shows, opening up for Mad Links at the time, who took up the show Rap City, where Tigger was on, I think, at that time. I forgot what year it was. But, yep, opened up for him. And that was
Rap
it.
City, so you was like at the good essence. I don't want to say golden era, but you was at the very good height of hip hop. If you're talking about Tigger and all that.
He had a party and I opened up for him.
Okay.
So, but at that time he already took over what Tigger was doing. So yeah, I would say that.
Okay.
I had a little buzz in North Carolina and Jacksonville. Shout out Jacksonville.
Was it easier to get a buzz in what you said, North Carolina?
Yep, absolutely.
Than New York? Like, how was it? What's the difference?
What? I can't really compare because in New York, I didn't go as hard as I did when I was in North Carolina.
Why not?
Because it took that friend to be like, you should do this. But when I was in New York, I was in the house doing it. I wasn't out there. A lot of people didn't know. I have friends, family, they didn't even know I do this. When I finally came out, they was like, oh my God, that's Shayna, but that's Bonnie. They didn't even realize like, wow, you had it all all that time. But in North Carolina, it was easier. I guess because I was from New York too, it was a different me. I was that. I don't know if you curse on
that,
but
bitch.
I was that bitch. Yeah, they couldn't. It was it. That was it.
All right. So, but like when you was in North Carolina, they didn't know that you was doing all of that in New York. Like your family and friends from New York. Why keep it a secret?
I don't know. You know what? I'm a quiet person, very humble. I know a lot of people, but I have a small circle. So I just didn't. At that point, I just was moving on my own accord. Like I wasn't trying to be like, oh yeah, well let me tell you, I rap and I do this and I'm, trying to get people attention. I wasn't doing that. I just was on my own, doing my own thing, doing it for myself.
Selecta.